6 championship titles, 21 Final Fours, and 32 regular season ACC titles. Means absolutely nothing in 2026, dog. What is going on, Tar Heel Nation? Let's get it.
Bowden gets it blocked, but it's picked up by Tj. East Carolina takes the lead. Touchdown Pirates.
And welcome to the Run Report, where the Texas sharp, the talk is real, and where the sports never sleep. I'm your host, Jeruz, and I'm riding solo today. It must be the money. Show me the money. It gotta be the money, because after 21 Final Four, 6 championships, and 32 regular season titles, I'm not sure what attracts. What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? I guess it's not the name in the front of the jersey no more. It's all about the bag. All about the bag. Well, I guess no news is good news, because there was some news, about Vassar for a little bit, and but we still unclear what's going on with Vassar. Juke Harris is still out there. Terrence Brown is still out there. Those are a couple of targets that we actually know that we're going after. So if those guys haven't signed anywhere, I feel like that's good news. Sometimes no news is good news. And like any sports team, it's all about talent acquisition, the acquisition of talent. So we want to, as fans, as just the fanfare of just, going to work, cooler talk, stuff like that. We want to know, like, what's our next big acquisition? We got Neo Advalis, and that's a very good pickup. Very, very big pickup. But we got more to go. We expect more. And don't let anybody tell you that us as Carolina don't deserve more. Because the first thing they're going to say, oh, y'all not Carolina like y'all used to be. You living in the... We still Carolina. We still got tradition. We still got those 6 chips. We still got all those Final Fours. We still got all those regular season titles. It's just a slight adjustment. And we are in a point in time where we're going through a transitional period with staff and also the nature of college basketball right now, or college sports period. It's with transfer portal, NIL, revenue sharing, and all that stuff. But cash is king. Cash is king. And supposedly we supposed to freed up money. However that went with Mingo and the staff, he's no longer here. He's no longer a target. We let a couple guys walk. Shout out to Zayden High, too, for signing with USF. He was a big energy guy. I feel like he was one of the dogs on the team. And I appreciate you, dog, for, coming through Chapel Hill. We need to appreciate the guys that did stop through here. And because, they did play for us. And we did get a chance to root for those guys. Like, all the guys that play for us, I hope you find a home. And, all right, so back to this. I know how it looks on the outside looking in. It's like, yo, we're not getting anybody. You're seeing guys getting signed left and right. Louisville is doing a tremendous job on the portal. Miami, Jay Lucas is down there cooking. I knew he was going to cook because, Miami was a very good football team. They got some extra bread down there. And plus, a good selling point is playing basketball in Miami. It is. Plus, Jay is a tremendous recruiter, and he just gets what he gets what young adults like. He's a smooth guy. All right, but continuity, man. I'm more concerned about the players that we let walk than the players that we are trying to acquire. That because our team wasn't terrible. Now, was the level there as far as the talent? No. But I feel like we had some pieces. It doesn't matter how much they cost, because we're going to spend that same exact money on these players we about to bring in now. Now, I'm not talking about Mr. Evans. I'm talking about Dixon and Luka, and Zayden and Zay. I feel like those guys could have been some key contributors to our team. They wasn't terrible, because honestly, I personally feel like if the team that's constructed right now, the team that we have right now, everybody's in place, will get smoked by the team that we had last year with Caleb. This team would smoke them. Even if we had Terrence Brown and Navalis, Stevenson, and Maximo, and let's say Henry Vasar, let's throw him in the mix. If that starting five go up against Dixon, who else we had? Seth, Caleb, Vasar, and man, that last year's team was smoking, man. So we really got to turn it up a notch. And we got 6 days until the portal closes. And sometimes continuity, man, it goes a long way. You know, turnover, because you're really putting yourself in the pressure cooker. And we're going to give Mike Malone some grace. But no one in Chapel Hill wants to see what happened with Bill Belichick with our basketball team. Yeah, all right, y'all can go play with football. All right, football, okay, cool. Man, we are a basketball school. We should not be playing around. And I feel comfortable with the staff that they're getting things in place. And like I said earlier, the guys that we really want to target have not signed yet. Now, once they sign and it's not with Carolina, okay, it is what it is. And I feel like some of the situation is, you know, we had a toxic situation. Like, how would people negatively recruit against North Carolina right now? Because if we got the same bag that Michigan has, why not pick us? Because Michigan won a title? That's fair. So what about Louisville? Or what about Tennessee? But a good thing with Tennessee is they did sign a small forward. I'm not sure what plans they have for Juke. They signed a small forward, so hopefully that takes them out of the running for Juke Harris. But yeah, so you ever thought about how teams would negatively recruit against us? That's another factor. You know, we got a new staff. And then another thing is, too, we heard all of these great things coming in, and it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of, how our season went, definitely this close to blood pressure medicine. You know what I'm saying? Blood pressure through the roof. It's just up and down, up and down, up and down. And it continues to go through the offseason, right? But does Coach Malone get a mulligan this season like Bill Belichick? Does he get a mulligan just in case? Because we want to be even killed in this situation. We don't want to be, you know how we get, man. We want to win, man. We just want to win. Just that's it. We just want to win, no matter what. Like, win. You know, we want you to win. It's the standard, still the standard. Because it was a lot of the standard is the standard going on for a long time. And is the standard still the standard? And I believe the standard is the standard. And, you know, people who get paid a lot of money, that pressure is going to be on them because you get paid a lot of money. You don't get paid a lot of money to get a mulligan. You don't get paid a lot of money to be like, oh, okay, it's all good next year. No. You get paid a lot of money to turn things around and bring results. That's what comes with it. You make a lot of money. So I'm still going to be patient with the staff. I feel like Coach Malone was an excellent hire. And I honestly feel like he's going to get somebody big. And it might be somebody that we wasn't even thinking about. But I hope still that he lands Terrence Brown. I still hope he lands Juke Harris. And it is some power forwards out there in the transfer portal still. And the Mika situation, it's fluid. No one knows. Absolutely. I have no idea. And I see a lot of insider stuff, but I feel like the insiders and some of the content creators for Carolina, sometimes it's backpedaling. And that's not what I'm going to do. You either in or you're out. You can't be both ways. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be all in. And Coach Malone has pressure. So what? So what? You gotta pay a lot of money. You haven't been here long. So what? We still expect the same outcome. We expect to be winners. We expect to compete for a regular season title. We expect to compete in a tournament. Because again, I go back to like what I was saying earlier. Do you like blowing up situations? Is that better than continuity? Sometimes it's not. And because continuity goes a long way. And I still wish he could have retained some players, but just letting them walk, and especially letting them walk to contenders, that was in the Final Four, that's tough. And then the 5-star leaves. It's like, it's okay. We still got it under control, and just got to be patient. We got to be patient. And sometimes, man, the acquisition, it's not always about acquisitions neither, man. It's the production. It's the production that left. It's just the production that left, man. And at the end of the day, I love the Hills. And regardless of what team rolls out there in the fall or in the winter, I'm going to be rocking with them. But I need to know what you guys think. Like, what's going on? What's your temperature? This show is really based upon me asking you guys questions, man. Like, I like the comments that you guys have been giving me. Love it. Love it. I'm going to go over some comments right now, matter of fact. Let's see what we got here. Especially the comments with the lineups. Amazing. It was a wild Monday, quiet Tuesday, quiet Wednesday. All right, let's see who we got here. We got Henry McFadden, 1314. Big shout out, Henry. I appreciate you leaving a comment. Coach Malone in serious talks with Paul Manel Jr. from NC State. He shot 43 from 3 and averaged 14 points per game. Would be a huge get and good shooting guard next to Wallace. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this. You know what I'm going to say. Come on, man. I'm an old school Carolina fan. We do not take no players from NC State, man. That is insane, man. We got to have some kind of standards, man. It's no way, man. Come on, man. We didn't made it to the point where we going to take players from state. I don't get it. He's a great player. He's a wonderful player. He can shoot lights out. We need a shooter, but we can't go get no shooter from anywhere else. We got to go to NC State and get a shooter. Because exactly what Will Wade did. Now, and then what happened to him? He left. I don't like how that karma even smells. I don't even like that at all. But shout out Henry for leaving a comment. I got another comment. 1F1First693. Why are they trying to keep Isaiah Dennis? He has interest from Michigan, Kentucky, Kansas, and Miami. I'm not sure, but I think it depends on the portal situation too. We might have something over the weekend about him, because if they don't get any guard depth, we're gonna be in trouble again. And I know they're not gonna depend on a freshman to come in here and try to right the ship, not as far as starting, but as far as depth. And they need to talk to Isaiah Dennis, man. He has potential. Not sure. Still see a lot of people blaming Huber for that. Man, it's practice, man. What are you doing in practice, man? We all know if you play any type of sports, if you stinking it up in practice, or he might have had an injury and fell below the depth chart, that happens, man. That definitely happens. And I'm pretty sure this coaching staff that we hired that make a lot of money will figure it out. All right. IAGBT Bath. Advalis will not play if he doesn't play defense. You better believe Malone will have him playing solid defense. Defense is nothing but attitude. And depending on the role that Advalis has, if you're a defensive liability, you're a defensive liability. He's going to be on the court because he's a facilitator. He has the potential to be a great scorer. He's going to be on the court. But on tape, he's not a good defender. It's okay. That's why we got 5 players on the team, and we can rotate. So I'm not really worried about that, especially if we get Terrence Brown, Andrew, or either one of them, but definitely Terrence Brown and another wing that can defend. Ivalis will be fine. All right. Back to the Angel G8445. That's wild to say Terrence Brown, 6'3", athletic demon who can pass and score at will, isn't as good as Dixon. What? Averages 45, 32, 18 points per game and 4 assists on a Big 12 team isn't easy. Yeah, but his team was terrible. If Dixon was at Utah, he will average 20 also. I'm gonna be very, very clear with this. Dixon was playing out of position. If Dixon is only scoring and shooting like he was in high school, Dixon is going to be a problem. If he coming off screen, he gonna be like Trajan Langdon. I hate to say Trajan Langdon, anybody else. Man, I don't know. He's going to be a good shooter. He's going to be a good piece. Another person, stay vigilant. I can't curse, but no. Dixon over Brown Jr. Replace Dixon and Brown Jr. at Utah. Dixon ain't putting up 19 points per game. Hey man, it's a lot of flack. People saying Brown better than Dixon. Let's not forget, Brown is a rising junior and Dixon is a rising sophomore. All right, Dixon hit some big shots. He was on a winning team, and he was part of the winning. Like he won basically 2 games on a winning team. I'm taking Dixon. Sorry, taking Dixon. Let's see. Bobby Chatham 7506. Why is no one at defeated UNC last game? Recruiting the rising sophomore VC, big fast, tough shooting guard who got 36 on 13 of 23 shooting and 7-8 from 3. Oh, Terrence Hill Jr. Kansas, Kentucky, Florida, all over him. The pressing little guards play at UNC lately. Yeah, man. I like smaller guard. I mean, he's 6'3" though. I like that. I like Terrence Hill to come through. That would be great. Honestly, he can get his own shot. Let's see. Project World 555. Go get him Slim Reaper and it's go get Slim Reaper and it's over. Doesn't matter who plays point. Get the Reaper and it's done. Again, we're talking about a freshman. And if you saw that the game in Portland with the USA versus the world, he got some work to do now. He has some dunks. He can dunk. He can play defense, but he also got some work. He got to hit the weights a little bit too. And you're talking about him going up against some grown men. It's grown men in college now. Do I want Marion? Absolutely. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, we're going to temper our expectations because these kids are young. They ain't played in this environment before. This is UNC, man. Like I said, you walk on that court and see them Raptors up there. You see Mike, MJ, Worthy. You see all these guys, these legends, man. Vince Carter, how they run Rasheed. They start running all that stuff, and this is where you playing at. Hey, man, this is a different type of level of basketball, man. Different type of level. You got to be him. You got to be a dog to play in Chapel Hill, yo. I mean, and to take it to the next level. You can be a average player and you see what happens, but we want dogs, man. Again, we got Wayne Maloney 3797. Dixon is an average. He's not an elite guard. Whew, boy, the Dixon slander is real out here. The Dixon slander is crazy. But you know what? Dixon and Advalas got in common? Neither one of them made the all-rookie team. All right. PJM JJF. I agree with taking Dixon over Brown. I'm not sold on the hype of Terrence Brown, and honestly, feels like another case of Kyan Evans. Now, I wouldn't go that far. They both were honorable mention in their respective conferences. That is something to say. Kyan Evans and Terrence Brown. Like I said, Terrence Brown had some highlights. They were over-scrubbed teams, but if you go and look and see what was being done to him by Arizona and some other teams. I mean, of course, I said a Final Four team, but it's other teams also involved. I mean, his team was terrible. So if you are on a terrible team, you are a part of that. You got to wear that, man. And the hype is getting up there. He got a lot of suitors, so he can pick and choose. I hope he picks UNC, but I still will take Dixon over Brown. All right, Knight Ryder. Brown is visiting KU in Kentucky. I saw Michigan had 100% for Juke. Hope I'm wrong. We definitely need a few more portals and some bona fide killers. Still going to need a decent bench, too. I'm sure this is going to be a busy week. Thank you for your comment, Knight Ryder. Absolutely, man. It should be a busy week. And like I said, none of the guys that we were targeting are gone. But I think it's going to go to Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You could get news tomorrow. No, nobody knows, but it makes so much sense for Juke to sign with us if we're going to offer them the same thing as Michigan. Only thing I can see Michigan doing is negative recruit against us and saying that our team is in turmoil. Our team doesn't have a coach that coached college before. I can see them saying that's all I can really see. Like they're in turmoil. They don't know what they're doing right now, and that's the only thing I can see. If we get him the money versus the name not going to count, Jordan, none of that stuff going to count. It's really all about the bag and the trajectory of the program. That's it. That's it. Because nobody don't want to go to no losing team. Even if you got a bag, nobody want to go to a losing team. Michigan just came off the championship, man. So I mean, we gotta gotta pony up. Like I said in some few other places, if Mike Malone pull these moves off, man, bro, going to GOAT status quick, ASAP. Chat MONL. Personally, I don't think some of these cats are worth the money they asking for. Dixon is okay. He's definitely not a point guard.